You ever notice that the more you push, the less alive you feel? You work harder, you think more, you read more books, you make more rules, you try to help more, and somehow everyone gets more exhausted. What if the problem is not that you are doing too little? What if the problem is that you forgot to breathe? Not with your lungs, with your life. Because Rudolf Steiner believed that human beings do not just breathe air, we breathe experience. We breathe in and we breathe out. And if you understand this one idea, it changes how you raise your children, how you structure your day, how you learn, how you work, and even how you understand yourself. The final idea of this video is the one that changes everything because most people think they are burned out because they need more motivation. No, they are burned out because they are only breathing in. Think about modern life. Information, screens, emails, stress, news, scrolling, advice, pressure, productivity. We are constantly taking in, breathing in. But when do we breathe out? When do we move, create, play, sing, walk, build, laugh? When do we sit quietly and let the nervous system settle? We have built a world that only knows how to inhale. And then we wonder why everyone is anxious. Steiner said life should move in a rhythm. Concentration, expression, listening, moving, thinking, creating, structure, freedom. Because human consciousness pulses. You cannot stay in pure focus forever. You cannot stay in pure work forever. You cannot stay in pure play forever either. Just like your lungs, life works best as focus, focus, release. And this is not just philosophy. What are you doing too much of right now, breathing in or breathing out? Modern neuroscience now shows that your brain works in cycles. Attention rises and falls. Dopamine rises and falls. The nervous system needs waves. Your body is not a machine. It is more like the ocean. And here is where this gets really important for your children. Most adults look at a restless child and think they need more discipline, but often they need more breathing room. A child sits through a lesson, then they need to move. A child hears a story, then they need to draw it. A child learns something, then they need to act it out. That is why in Waldorf education, the rhythm often looks like this. You listen to a story, then paint the story. Do some math, then you clap, jump, or sing. You write, then you go outside. Because knowledge without expression becomes pressure. And pressure without release becomes anxiety. Here's a simple example. Imagine telling a child, sit still, focus harder, keep listening for an hour. That is like telling someone, keep breathing in, do not breathe out. Eventually, they do not become more focused. They become overwhelmed. And adults do this too. You sit at a desk for 4 hours, then wonder why your mind feels numb and your body feels heavy. You read 10 books and never apply them. You watch 20 videos and never create anything. You keep breathing in. And eventually the system says, enough. So here is one of the most practical things you can do. Use what I call the 45-10 rhythm. 45 minutes of focus, 10 minutes of breathing out. Walk, stretch, clean something, step outside, do 10 push-ups, look at the sky, then come back. You are not wasting time. You are resetting the nervous system. You are teaching your mind how to breathe. And if you're like me, if you have a construction brain, that efficiency brain, that keep pushing identity, this may feel almost wrong at first. You may think, I don't have time to stop. But the truth is, you do not have time not to, because nonstop pressure does not create greatness. It creates numbness. And here's the part that most people miss. Steiner was not just talking about productivity. He was talking about becoming fully human. He believed that beauty, art, movement, and play are the breath out of knowledge. This is huge because most people think learning means stuffing more information into the mind. But Steiner said, if knowledge stays trapped in the head, it becomes dead. Knowledge only becomes alive when it moves through you, when you sing it, paint it, build it, speak it, live it. That is why the child who draws the lesson often remembers it better than the child who only memorized it. That is why the person who teaches an idea understands it better than the person who only read it. Input, output. That is the deeper breathing rhythm. Read something, then write about it. Watch something, then explain it. Hear a story, then tell it. Because what you express, you embody. And what you embody, you become. A parent once asked why their child could not sit through a lesson without melting down. The child was bright, curious, capable. But after 20 minutes, they would become frustrated, angry, and distracted. The parent thought the child lacked discipline. But when they changed the rhythm, everything changed. 20 minutes of learning, then movement, then drawing, then outside play, then back again. The same child who looked difficult suddenly looked calm, engaged, and alive. The child was not broken, the rhythm was. And maybe that is true for you too. Maybe you are not lazy. Maybe you are not failing. Maybe your life simply forgot how to breathe. Steiner said there are actually 3 levels of breathing. First, moment to moment breathing. You think, move, listen, do, learn, express. Second, daily breathing. Morning is for taking in, afternoon is for doing, evening is for reflection. A day should breathe. And third, life breathing. Childhood is outward. Teen years turn inward. Adulthood moves outward again into creation and contribution. Even life itself breathes in and out. Now here's where this becomes powerful for parenting. Children do not learn rhythm because you explain it. They learn it because they watch you. If they see you constantly stressed, constantly working, constantly scrolling, they learn that life is supposed to feel like holding your breath. But if they see work, then a walk, focus, then rest, learn, then create, pressure, release, then they learn that rhythm is normal. That is why one of the most powerful things you can do is not tell your children to breathe. It is to let them see you breathing. Finish your work, then stand up and stretch. Go outside, make tea, draw, play music, sit quietly. Let your children see that being human is not just about producing. It's about pulsing. Here is the simplest way to explain this. Life breathes like we do. Sometimes we breathe in and learn. Sometimes we breathe out and play. If we only breathe in, we feel stuck. If we only breathe out, we feel empty. So life is learning how to do both. And maybe that is the lesson. Maybe that's a real lesson. You do not need more pressure. You need more rhythm because rules create resistance, but rhythm creates cooperation. Steiner knew something that most of the modern world has forgotten. Human beings are not machines to optimize. We are rhythms to harmonize. Do not try to force your life. Teach it to breathe. Because the person who knows when to breathe in and when to breathe out becomes impossible to exhaust. Go in love and peace. With wisdom and understanding, enjoy this day. And now breathe out.